Red Bull test driver Alex Albon was previously a full-time F1 driver, having made his debut in 2019. He was relegated to the role of a test driver after being replaced by Sergio Perez for 2021. In the last few days, rumours had surfaced that Red Bull were trying to get him a seat at Williams for 2022. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner has now revealed that this is true, and how Mercedes may block such a move, while Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff responded during interviews conducted by Sky Sports. I'm your host Tyler, and first up on Formula World, will Mercedes block Alex Albon's move to Williams? Horner began by confirming plans to get Albon a seat in F1 for next year. We're working hard to get him a seat. There's opportunities with a couple of teams, and our priority is to see him racing next year. He's got a couple of opportunities to do that outside of Red Bull, and hopefully he'll get that chance. He then revealed the possible options for Albon. Alfa Romeo and Williams are those who are showing a lot of interest. I think his preference would be Williams. He's good enough that we don't need to be taking a funding package with him. He then hoped that Mercedes do not block Albon's move to Williams, given Williams use Mercedes engines, and Albon is a Red Bull protege. I really hope Mercedes don't block his opportunity at Williams because of his linkage to Red Bull. That would be a great shame if a driver has to pay the penalty for that. He's had about 4 phone calls telling him not to go there from the team next door. I told him to ignore them. Toto Wolff, meanwhile, stated that he wouldn't block such a move. I guess at the moment it all revolves around Alex Albon, who, as Christian said, deserves a seat. He's a really good kid, and he's probably the main protagonist in the musical chairs. I would never block someone like Alex Albon. He's a fantastic guy. Personality is great. He, however, suggested that there is another driver who deserves a place in F1 just as much, someone who has close ties with Mercedes. I think it's the ordinary course of business. Williams has a Mercedes engine, that is clear, and we have Nick de Vries, a Dutch driver that deserves to be in Formula 1 equally. I guess this is 2 interest groups that just have to find a solution. However, a day later, Wolff clarified that he does have a condition for the Albon move to get his approval. It's one thing about the power unit, and I think Albon, as I said, is a driver that deserves a seat in Formula 1. But it's tricky to have a 100% Red Bull driver with a Mercedes power unit, so happy to work with him as long as they let him free from his Red Bull contract. Fast feed. Retired F1 world champion Jackie Stewart feels that the rivalry between Mercedes' Lewis Hamilton and Red Bull's Max Verstappen is good for television. The young, up-and-coming kid is the guy everyone is watching. It's nice to see someone challenging the leader. Lewis has led the pack for almost too long. It used to be that such a hegemony lasted about 4 years. Now Mercedes has been supreme for much longer. Haas driver Mick Schumacher hopes there are not as many flares in Zandvoort because, like in Spa, it just all came onto the track. It also smells very badly, and it sits in the cockpit all the time. So yeah, guys, keep it to a minimum please, he urged. Aston Martin's Sebastian Vettel, however, feels that it should be great for all of them to jump in the car and hopefully taste a lot of orange. Max Verstappen has reiterated that, like every other Grand Prix, of course, he always tries to get the best result out of it. He added that he is also looking forward to seeing all the fans next to the track, but the most important thing is that they perform. Pirelli F1 boss Mario Isola confirmed that at the beginning of 2020, when Zandvoort was in the calendar for the first time, they had a very preliminary situation. And now I believe we have much better information and we have a better product. So, for these 2 reasons, we don't need to have any different tyre construction in Zandvoort. Former F1 driver Mark Sura is of the opinion that if Pierre Gasly gets an offer outside of Red Bull, he should take it. He further insisted that Red Bull advisor Helmut Marko must have a good reason for extending Sergio Perez's contract, but it is not the speed of Perez. Red Bull's Sergio Perez has stated that the team's advisor Helmut Marko doesn't need to tell him anything following his crash to the grid in Belgium. I knew what I had done was wrong. I have been long enough in F1 and I have apologised to the entire team for my mistake. Who will Alfa Romeo sign for 2022? Head over to our community page to vote in the poll, and let us know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out our others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.